Lord Krishna immediately migrated himself from the jail of Kans from Mathura to Vrindavan. And exile of Lord Krishna from Mathura to Vrindavan is an event meant for the entire world, not meant for the people living in Uttar Pradesh, people living around Mathura, people living around Kans, people living around Jarasangh, Sisupal, people living around Devki and Vasudev, people living around Ras Leela and whatnot. Is meant for world. And that is why 4 great events are meant for world, because they are the great event of the world. And the 4th great event quoted by Sri Aurobindo is colloquial on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Colloquial is a Greek word. It means message directly coming from the mouth of divine. Message directly coming from the mouth of Moses is divinity. Message directly coming from the mouth of Jesus Christ is divinity. Message directly coming from mouth of Ahur Mazad on the just sitting near the well is divinity. And message Muhammad Pegambar Sahib heard in cave, which ultimately resulted into Holy Quran, is divinity. So divinity is a multi-dimensional entity. Divinity is Bahushyam, Ekoham Bahushyam, and Bahushyam is divinity. So there are all different Bahushyam, the aspects of divinity can be accumulated by Vitrag sadhana, and that is the sadhana of Rangavdut Babji. So one man's perfection can save the world. Rangavdut Babji created this arena in such a way that ultimately the people from all over the world, if not today, definitely tomorrow, sooner the better, will come to this central core of spirituality, central core of divinity, and central core of super reality of tomorrow. That is the message of Gita. And colloquial is a word that is a mandate. Colloquial in Greek language is a mandate. It's a mandate given to the mankind. And Mother of Pondicherry says, countries, continent and man M capital, entire human race, mankind. Countries, continents and man, choice is imperative, either truth or abyss. You are supposed to select the truth, we are supposed to accept the truth, and we are supposed to live the truth. Not to talk about truth, not to just glorify truth, not to put that truth, principles and slogans on the signboards and every day look to it and get satisfied and get vain consolation every day. So spirituality is not escapism, is not vain consolation, is not ritual, is not simple mental satisfaction. It is the living, concrete, wonderful, scientific experience of the spirit, of Chaitanya, of Atma Tattva, of divine that is already cabined in us. And unless we experience this, our spirituality will be totally aimless, useless, nullified, vain, and mere senseless pride. Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is the colloquial on the battlefield of Kurukshetra. Sri Aurobindo has also written Srimad Bhagavad Gita's commentary. Tilak Maharaj has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Swami Vivekanand has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Pandit Satavalekarji has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Kakasaheb Kalelkar has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Gnaneshwar Maharaj has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Aldous Huxley and Toynbee have also written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and innumerable Western scholars also have written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, and Sri Aurobindo and Dr. Radhakrishnan have also written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita. You refer to any of them. You refer to any of the commentary written by any of these renowned scholars. Sri Aurobindo has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita as he has received the direct heritage from Lord Krishna in Alipur's jail on 6th of May 1909. Arjun received the colloquial on the battlefield of Kurukshetra directly from the mouth of Lord Krishna, and Sri Aurobindo in 1909 received the same Srimad Bhagavad Gita on 6th of May in Alipur jail. And thereafter he started his sadhana and has written commentary on Srimad Bhagavad Gita, wherein he has described 3 different subjects of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Jagat Guru is a one subject. Guru is a one subject. And Guru means what? Guru means supreme. Guru means supreme entity. Guru means supreme energy. Guru means supreme divinity. Guru means supreme manifestation of divinity in all scientific dimensions. That is Guru. Guru does not mean who is giving diksha. Guru does not mean who is offering kanthi. Guru does not mean who is collecting money as Guru Dakshina from the society. Dedicated to Lord Krishna, if our life is dedicated to Bhagavan, whatever it is, it might be sinful or it might be hostile, it might be governed and guided by Rag, Dvesh, Kam, Krodh, Mad, Matsar, Moh, Maya, Mamta, whatever it is, doesn't matter. If it is surrendered totally to the divine, and divine accepts it on the very moment it becomes prasad. And to make the life prasad is the sole objective of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Have we ever tried? Have we ever put this into practice? Have we ever thought of it? Their Bible also comes in. Quran Sharif also comes in. Paradise Lost and Paradise Regained also come in. Odyssey of Homer also comes in. Aeneid of Virgil also comes in. Shahnama of Firdausi also comes in. And almost all scriptures, Ramayana of Valmiki, Srimad Bhagavad of Vyasji, and Srimad Bhagavad Gita of Lord Krishna also come in. If we accept this totality of the perspective, then we can have the true spiritual prasad of Rangavdut Bhakti. It's not so easy. It's not so easy. Don't think that it is very easy, written in Gujarati, and simply we go on reading it and we can digest it. Not the least. It's not possible at all. Unless and until you enter into the arena of vitrag, unless and until you enter into the arena of total detachment, then you can enjoy. But still, you must be conscious enough that whatever worldly accountabilities we are supposed to bear and we are supposed to undergo are to be undergone and are to be borne with utmost sincerity, cautiousness and sense of responsibility. Babji did it. Babji served Mataji Rukmamba as a dedicated son living in the society, dedicated son living in the palace, dedicated prince Rajkumar living in the Rajmahal could do it. Similarly, Rangavdut Babji offered his lifelong services to Rukmamba living in the Smasan, living in the desert, living in the forest. So no responsibility whatsoever was spared by Rangavdut Babji. So the vision of Babji is the vision of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. The vision of Babji is the vision of divinity, and the vision of Babji is a science, practical science of making worldly life divine and bringing God in the center, bringing Supreme in the center and making our life converted and translated into the scriptures of the living divinity. If we can practice it, if we are committed to do it. There is one experience of Srimad Bhagavad Gita according to all these scholars. The scholars whom I refer to, you may go through them, you may read them. You people are living in Western world in America, you can refer to any of the book as such and try to digest, and you can concentrate on it. Only one and one experience of Srimad Bhagavad Gita, that is the spirit of colloquy, which is supreme. All the experiences of Srimad Bhagavad Gita are supreme, no doubt about it.